here we are with another installment of Happy Eggs Biz, where we're showing you how to start your own farm. So without any further ado, here's the things that you're gonna need if you want your own farm. And here comes my videographer, Ajing. Hi, Ajing.
Hello.
All right, she's gonna help me out and she's gonna run the camera on everything we're gonna do now, okay?
Sure.
Okay, and you're gonna need one of these. This is a Tora Tora, which is a modified trike. And one of the most important features of this is you're gonna wanna put like a multi-cab tire here instead of a normal motorcycle tire, because this will handle a lot more weight. And this Tora Tora with the crates will go ahead and hold about 126 trays. So if you have a farm that has about 5,000 layers, they're producing about 85 to 90%, you'll be able to take your daily harvest and transport it with the Tora Tora. So that's it. Okay, now another thing you're going to need is a feed storage building, and also have a refrigerator to store vitamins, supplements, and vaccinations that you're going to need to be giving your chicks when you're in the brooding phase, and you're also going to need to be providing vitamins and different antibiotics at different stages once the layers are in their cages. So we have a structure that holds a refrigerator and a lot of other space for storage. So, just a small refrigerator, nothing big. Right now we have vegetables and some other stuff in it, but we also keep our vaccinations in here. And then we have our feed storage. Now we order about 125 to 150 sacks per week. So I don't recommend storing more than about 150 sacks a week. Come on, go back. Shiva, look up. I don't recommend storing about more than 150 sacks a week, or whatever your weekly feed requirement is, because feeds will, with the humidity, they will mold. So unless your building is completely air conditioned, because air conditioning will dehumidify the air, and you can keep your feeds in storage for much longer, probably up to 30 days without a problem, because the air conditioning acts as a dehumidifier, pulling all the moisture out of the air. But if you just have a room like this and you don't have any air conditioning, I don't recommend storing your feeds for more than 1 week, maybe 2 weeks maximum. So anyway, this is small. It's about 12 feet by 12 feet, 4 meters by 4 meters, and you can store easily 150, probably up to 250 sacks of feed per week. Okay, that's it. Okay, and you're gonna need crates. I recommend using crates and not just transporting egg trays like this by themselves, because the crates are gonna protect the eggs so they don't get damaged in transport. So if you are transporting crates of eggs by the Tora Tora, which will hold about 126 trays, and there's 6 trays, actually there's a total of 12 trays per crate. You can stack about 126, 125 trays in the Tora Tora, tied up and secured, and transport to wherever you need. If you are using crates and you're going to stack these in the back of like a Toyota Hilux, you can transport about 240 trays, and that's including using the back seat. And you know, you're mostly going to be using these cardboard trays. a lot of times I'll use these plastic trays on the bottom and put the cardboard trays above it to just make it more stable. So when you put down the trays, you have a plastic solid foundation for your eggs. So that is it on the egg crates. Okay, and you're gonna need cages. So, what we got are cages that you buy in a set, and each set can be connected all the way down as long as you need. Right here we have a row of 3 and 3, and it goes down about, I don't know, 30 meters. Anyway, what I do is I do waterers and feeders on separate troughs. I do not use the nipple feeders because everything that I've read, the nipple feeders tend to clog, and so I just never wanted to take the risk of installing that, having it not work, and then having to replace it with this anyway. So I just went with this from the very beginning, and I've been using this since day one 4 years ago with no problem. The only thing is, every morning when the workers come in and they start to work, they need to empty all the waterers and clean them out and then refill them with water. That would be the only difference. With the nipple drinkers, I think you'd have to do the same thing eventually, because you fill it with vitamins and antibiotics and it's going to clog the ball bearing, and you're going to have to clean those individually eventually anyway. So you're going to need cages and figure out what kind of system you want to use. And that's it. Okay, and then another thing you're going to need to consider when you are deciding what kind of structure you're going to do, whether you're going to use cocoa lumber or whether you're going to build your coop on the floor and put the cages spread apart so you can clear the dung from under the cages, or you're going to build something like this where you have columns that are 7 feet high. The chicken dung is going to fall and it's going to land on the cocoa lumber. And after about 4 years, you're going to need to replace the cocoa lumber because the chicken dung and all the acid and the liquid in the dung, it's going to break down the wood. The woods are going to become weaker. And you're going to need to replace it, you know, as you need throughout the coop to make sure that the supports are still strong and they're not breaking down, so you don't have any major problems. So that's basically one of the considerations you're going to want to think about when you're going to do cocoa lumber, or whether you're going to build your coop with metal, metal roof, metal structure, everything. It's a lot more expensive, but it's going to last a long time. That's it. Okay, and this is really important, and I don't think people plan for this. They realize it after the fact, but you need an area to put your chicken dung that you collect from underneath the coops, and you can lay it out here so it can all dry out, so you can sack it up, and then you can sell it to people who use the chicken dung for fertilizer, which is very popular for sugar cane. We sell our sacks of chicken dung for anywhere from 40 to 60 peso per sack. I've heard of people selling the sacks for 100 peso per sack, and that's about a 50 kilo sack. So anyway, that's a lot of chicken dung, and every day you're gonna have a lot of it, because every 500 heads of layers are eating 50 kilos of feed. Every 500 layers, 50 kilos. So, you know, that's a lot of kilos of chicken dung every day. Anyway, very important. You need to have somewhere to let it dry out so you can collect it and put it in sacks for sale after. That's it. Okay, and another thing you will need is a brooder. A brooder is what you're going to use to raise chicks from day 1 until 18 weeks, where you transport them to the layer coops to become your layers and start laying eggs. Or maybe you're going to raise RTLs and sell RTLs to the community, to people who are doing their own layer farm, but they don't have a brooder and they don't want to raise their own chicks. Or you can raise broilers. There's a lot of options here. Our brooder here will hold up to about 6,000 heads from day 1 until 16, 17 weeks, when you're going to move them to the layer coops. That is it. So here's our brooder, a little more close look at it, and we'll go in real quick. We're storing empty feed sacks in it right now. But this is where, and we broke it into sections, because when you load 5,000 chicks, you don't put it in the entire brooder. You're just going to put it in one section like this, and then as they get bigger, then you go to 2 sections, and then you enter the 3rd section. So all 3 sections are the same size. And that's it. So there we go with the list of all the things that you're going to need and things that you should be thinking about. Thank you for tuning in, and don't forget to like and subscribe to this channel. And I'll see you guys next week. Take care.